Beautiful bull moose. Where you going, sweetie? What you doing? Another busy trailhead means it must be another one-nighter. Yes, and it's going to be epic. Let's find out how's the hike to Big Bend in Jasper National Park. Busy, busy. Just saw that sign, just over 6K to Big Bend. Going to be a heck of an evening and a heck of a view. And it's one of those epic one-nighters, really. And it's crossed it off the list for you. It certainly wouldn't be a video without a grouse in the trail. Hello, sweetie. It's me, I'm back. Oh, you're plump. You're plump. Good eating. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk by. Okay. Just want to point something out to you. I'm about just over a kilometer from the car and all the folks viewing the falls. And listen. I just heard a leaf drop. Seriously. You don't have to get far off the beaten path to experience the silence of nature. You can hear a leaf drop. You know how many of our fellow humans don't ever really get to experience that kind of silence? One last time. Oh, baby, I crave it. West Coast Trail deja vu, which leads to a little tip from Stu. For you. Oh God, I could do it all day. Sorry. These can be slippery when wet, so be careful. I've been walking along on boardwalks on the West Coast Trail and all of a sudden, I'm no longer standing up. Trail's narrowed up a bit, looking a little more like a single track. Not quite, still bikeable, for example. Lots of good bridges in the infrastructure here for bikes. And I would think Big Bend would be also a nice day hike. What, 12, 13K total? Come in for lunch, head back to the car, get some peace and quiet. Not far now from the destination, and I'll show you why. It's one of those trails that's so well maintained. Markers. Arrived, Big Bend. Look at these signs for you. Big Bend Campground. There it is. Once I go in and get set up, of course, I'll show you around. As promised, as always, a tour camp. Here are the tent pads. I count 4, and there are 4 bear bins, which I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to take my food up there now. A little out of order. Typically, you take your food and store it first, then set up your tent, but it started to rain. So the first thing I did was get the tent set up so I could get everything in it. Now the rain is gone, and we have a gorgeous view together tonight, don't we? Look at this. 6.3K from the car. This is your evening. Woo, baby, she's a beauty. All right, I gotta get my food up there now, and obviously we're gonna walk up that way, and I'll show you that once I pick up my Ursack. Show you the eating area and the food storage. Oh man. Hello, beautiful. Coming up into the eating area, Parks office told me the 2 picnic tables with the best views in the park. There's the fire pit, beer boxes, which are a luxury for me. It's great. There's the view. If those clouds lift up, you're going to see one of the most iconic views in Jasper. I think on the cover of at least 3 books. Just stunning. I'll take you through that in a little bit, but look at that. From the eating area, you come down here, you can see the sign for the outhouse. I do believe it's a green throne. I'm not going to go up there right now because, as you'll see in a second, it's up a very steep hill. There it is. And nature's not calling. If nature does call, well, I'll show you. But follow the yellow brick road. What a gorgeous spot for dinner, although very windy. So, speaking of dinner, getting everything tucked down out of the wind. This is a really wise brand. I get a Canadian Tire. It's reasonably priced, and I've been doing most of my, a lot of my own food this summer for economic reasons. But once in a while you have to buy one, right? So pretty good stuff too, actually. Pretty good mountains too, right? Look at that: Quincy, Chaba, Briard, Catacomb for here, and beyond. Fortress Lake, by the way, up around. Kind of up around to your right. It's a ways out there, but you can continue this trip and head up there and get even into a much more remote area, which is stunning. We'll try to add that to the channel next year and show you that. That would be an out and back for me, to be honest. I could do that as a one-nighter, but it's a bit long for a lot of folks. And the whole point of this one-night playlist is simply to show you that you can find beauty like this 6K from your car. So why not come in and test that gear? Or if you're new to the sport, you're going to have company typically. In fact, a backpacker just walked in here, setting up for the night. So typically, if you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to sleep out in the woods, you're going to have company most times at these places. They're very popular. So, and then you get addicted to that, huh? Am I right? Little shot downriver, and I'm going to pan around for you as I get ready to tuck into my tent. Weather blowing in. I can feel it. Actually, literally on me. It'll blow in and blow through, but she's a chilly night. The wind is whipping. And you can see there's snow at elevation, as I said a little while ago. So yeah, here's your view. I'm going to have a heck of a view from my tent. And that's where I'm going now. 5 seconds for you. A little longer for me. See you in the morning. You never know what you're going to see from your tent. There's a moose. Beautiful bull. Looking right at me. And confused. I am not in the right wind position for him. Oh, there he goes. That is not how to ford a river, son. Some perspective. This is my tent, and there's the moose. Good morning, and what a morning it is. Look at this, what a place to wake up. How many times have I said that to you? What a place to wake up. But I mean, it's true. Why make up a new phrase? Look at this. She's a chilly one. Fall is in the air. Doesn't mean there won't be a warm-up. But this morning, no warm-up. Wow. And wow, what about that moose last night? What'd you think of that? I mean, I was done for the day, and you know, sometimes in the evenings I'll just get out of the tent around dusk, and I'll, just gonna see if there's any animals, And I got out of the tent last night, and literally I looked out of the tent, and there was the moose, right there in the water, so close to my tent, and the poor young bull didn't know what to do. So it was quite an episode. I won't be able to show you all the footage because these one-nighters are supposed to be short videos, but I've got 6 minutes of this moose trying to figure out what to do. Anyway, I'm talking quietly because the other hiker that came in last night's still asleep. So anyway, I'm gonna go over and let's pack this up first and then go up and have some coffee. That way I don't have to walk back and forth. I'm over 5 kilometers, just under an hour. I did walk in 6K plus, it was a 6.3. I walk in just over an hour, but it's mostly downhill. This is mostly gradually uphill with a couple of tiny steep parts. No big deal, but I do slow my pace down on the hills just because I'm, the pantometer. Saw some day hikers already. It's still pretty early. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I know I keep talking about how you feel being in camp at night, but if this is one of your first backcountry adventures on the trail, say alone, well, you're going to have some day hikers on hikes like this. So you're not typically alone on the trail either. Another kilometer. Another hill. I can hear the waterfall, so we'll wrap it up as I typically do on these one-nighters, because you're heading back usually to very busy trailheads with lots of day hiking, as I've mentioned a few seconds ago. Wow, what a great trip. Like, who would have thought at Big Bend? Well, I've never been in here, and as you know, because of they're just so busy, but that's what this whole series is about. Taking you to places that you can go quickly and easily if you're a new backpacker, if you've only got one night, if you're testing new gear, or if you're, new to the sport and you just don't want to go out too far just yet. But there's the point. 6.3K from the trailhead. I climbed out of my tent last night and boom, a bull moose. Oh, baby. Are you kidding me? Like, I've been in some of the most remote areas of these parks and seen very little of anything. I've been lucky to see moose before, as you know, bears, things like that, and wolves. But to see a moose that close to me, they are such elusive creatures. That is a highlight. Woohoo! Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them the next time I'm off the trail. As always, and I mean it deeply, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.